It's Gwethorn from Gwethorn's Games, and I am going to be running the library at Tham, Mirdan, and I'm looking for ancient scripts, but I'll also use it for levelling, and I'll see if I can get some traceries to drop. But I'll just go straight into it on level. Now, as you can see that I'm running my heroic +2 Beorning for this. I'll show you the build.
Mirdan once held much of the knowledge of the early ages and withstood the brunt of Sauron's attack against Eregion. Though much of the surviving lore was carried away by Elrond Half-Elven, the force of Angmar now seeks the remnant.
So, I'm running it as a Yellowline Hybrid Beorning. So I'm swapping between man form and bear form. So as a consequence, I've got the single target attack, the area of effect, attack damage bonuses. I've got man form damage bonus, bear form damage bonus, bee swarm. I've got extra dot pulses for the damage over times, and I've got the extra bond of trust as well as hearth and heal strength. So you can see that I've pushed into the bees extra damage and kicked down to raging blow, which also does an area of effect. So I'm looking at doing damage over time mainly from bees and serrated edge in man form, but I'll be using hearthen, and in bear form I'll be using thrash, claw swipe to knock down the incoming damage a bit, and encouraging roar. It'll also have a stun, or a takedown anyway. Okay, so let's get moving. Bubble as well. So this is a 3-player instance, I should say. You can see, just running through the rotation, it's relatively straightforward. Well, for a hybrid build, it's relatively straightforward. Now, this is where the library would, one of the quests that you get. Okay, let's have another go. Run through, do the damage over times, do the bubble. Let's get a bit of extra wrath, and they're gone. Okay, I've got a little bit of consumables to go, which I may as well do, some extra vitality. But as you can see, this is relatively straightforward. Now, last time I did this, I'm doing this on level, just purely and simply to get the most experience out of it. Let's go for the bubble, some extra rage. Wrath, I should say, and let's just take this down. So I'm swapping between the two to basically pick up everything that I can get my hands on. Now, the last time I ran this, I actually picked up a Tome of Vitality 1, which was really nice. But normally you would expect to get traceries. Let's get going. Everything else, as you can see from the AoE, is falling by the wayside. And that's pretty much, I've got one more Pale Folk to pick up. Now, there are 3 bosses in this. I'm not going to go for the crows. I'll pick them up at the end. That's the end of that one. So I ended up choosing the, let's go for the bubble, fiercing roar, bubble, bees, drop back, and just do some more single target attacks and some nice healing. As you can see, there's really not much difficulty for the hybrid. The bee swarms and serrated edge are doing the majority of the damage, although the claw swipe is picking it up. I've got the Thrasher's doing okay. It's not doing great, but it's doing okay. But the heals is where the Hearten is giving nice heals. Encouraging Roar is also giving good heals. And the idea is to just keep the flow going, keep the Wrath up, and keep the AoEs and damage over times going. Hearten, swap back, go for a bit of a swipe. When I've got my chosen target, let's do a bit of cleanse while I'm here. Swap back, go bees, bubble, serrated edge. Just keep flipping between the two. Get what you can. You can see that I'm really having very little trouble with the ads, even for a 3-player instance. It's nice to pick up in man form if there's quests to pick up. And we have the first of the bosses that could potentially drop gear, but odds are it's going to drop. Okay, let's go in. Now it has a healing that you will want to interrupt. I've got that down to good damage reduction now. Having no troubles, except that I use the damage. Yeah, he got his health back. Not much I can do about that. I could have interrupted it, I suppose. But generally speaking, I don't get to do that. Let's just burn it down. It's really not particularly difficult with as I said, with the hybrid. Use what you can, move on. Okay, so that's the first one down. Okay, I've got some gold and I got an extra enhancement rune. Now the aim is, if the traceries are not useful to you, that these drop, and they should drop one tracery, which is good for ancient script. I'm going to drop down and then head to the right, pick up the others. I'm going to start this in human form. Pick the boss that I want. Just get that AoE, bleed over time going. Keep your heals up. Okay, keep going. Human form, just so that it's a nice place to start. You can get the bubble. I mean, I am getting stunned occasionally, so I suppose the bubble, it might be better if I use the bubble for other things, but let's get that AoE going. I've got another AoE. So the claw swipe is a AoE attack, which is why I've got it in there. Not just for the damage reduction. See, the bees are doing some nice damage. The thrash is there not just for the damage it does, but it's also there because it adds wrath. So it's a nice place to get a little bit of wrath. Okay, we've got the second boss coming up. Now he's going to throw in some ads, which, because there's enough, because the Beorning has enough AoE, you should be able to take those out relatively straightforward. Damage over time should take care of everything. Next lot. AoE, bubble, get me a bit more wrath. Might as well chuck the heal in, because I should. Go for a cleanse. Okay, now we take him down. Same thing, roll through everything. I mean, you can prioritise this so that you only do a swap when everything's up, so you can see where everything's up on the taskbar in front. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward. You double your healing pretty much by doing both Hearthen and Encouraging Roar. Okay, I've got my tracery, which is nice, but I can transfer that into Ancient Script. So you can see I've got 3,430. I didn't need the tracery. Yeah, 40 Ancient Script. Now I'll actually finish this while I'm here. Swap around. Now this will bring in the here come the ads. That's okay, I've got plenty of AoE for the ads. More ads. More AoE, and this just burns it straight down pretty much. Here comes some more ads. They didn't even last one hit. Okay, and that is the library. Oh, got to change. Yeah, okay. Oh, yes, okay, that'd be right. Didn't even have them targeted, and they were okay. Okay, so there we go, and I've got a club which is not as good as what I'm using, but that's okay. Don't really need it. But that is the Library of Tham, Mirdan. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. As I said, the Heroic +2 Yellowline Hybrid Beorning, if you want to call it that, really does do that quite well. As long as you've got down to Bond of Trust, which gives you a 20% chance of restoring 5% of your morale, and you've got the Mark of Grimbeorn on, you've actually got, and you're able to use your 2 AoEs as well as the Bs. It does some nice damage. I did take a fair amount of damage, but as I said, both Hearthen and Encouraging Roar as your heals. The Bond of Trust didn't kick in very often at all that time, but that's okay. Yeah, and I may as well show you. I'm not really doing anything with the virtue traits, but thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye all.